Okay, so on to the first open string picking exercise. Basically, we're just going to be playing through strings 1 to 6 using downstrokes and trying not to look at our picking hand. So it just sounds a bit like this. And then we can also reverse it and we can go through from string 6 to 1. So I'm going to count to 4, and if you play along and try and remember to use downstrokes and try your hardest not to look at this hand, your picking hand. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we'll go through strings 6 to 1. So it will sound like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And onto the second open string picking exercise. Exactly the same, we're going to pluck through strings 1 to 6, but this time we're going to use what's called alternate picking, or down and up strokes, which is a bit like this. Now this is a tiny little bit harder, but it's still really important that you try not to look at your picking hand. It gets used a lot with guitar playing, so if you get used to it now, then it'd be really good. So if we go to the close-up, and I'll count us in, and we'll play through strings 1 to 6 after 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we'll reverse that and go through strings 6 to 1 after 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And finally, just a couple more general pointers about basic picking. Firstly, it's a good idea to try and pluck the strings so that the pick is basically at right angles with the strings. So if we go to the close-up, I'll just demonstrate. Now this is basically determined by whereabouts you anchor or position your hand, your picking hand. So if you position it too low, then you're reaching up too much. Maybe it's just about okay for the top strings, but it's a real stretch to get up to string 6. So you want to position your fingers, your picking fingers, reasonably close to string 1. Also, don't bend your wrist out like this. You want to keep your wrist reasonably flat in line with your forearm, because this makes it a bit more relaxing, and you're a bit more in control of what you're doing. And finally, don't pluck or cut through the strings too harshly like this. Now, you're quite liable to snap your strings if you pluck too hard, and also you get quite a harsh buzzy sound. So it's better if you're a little bit more soft and you get more even tone, so it sounds like this.